Hi everyone, and welcome to Sports Watch. If you like the content, please press the bell icon for further notifications and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. UFC 304 is just a week away, and in the main event, it's the welterweight champion Leon Edwards defending his belt against challenger Belal Muhammad. It's a rematch of their past fight, which happened 3 years back, which unfortunately ended with an eye poke. Leon Edwards was dominating the fight when it got stopped because of an inadvertent eye poke. It was declared a no contest, but to the naked eye, it was more than clear who was winning that fight. So the UFC was rather reluctant in putting up this fight the second time around because there wasn't a huge interest in it in the first place. And it isn't as if Belal Muhammad has been tearing the house down since their fight and is undeniable. Both fighters haven't been extremely active since the last time they fought each other. Since their last fight, Belal has fought 5 times in 3 years. Just to give context, Alex Pereira has fought 4 times in 1 year. And who has Belal fought in those 4 fights? An old over the hill retired jiu-jitsu legend in Damian Maia. An old over the hill kickboxer Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. A mediocre Vincente Luque who can't seem to win. An undefeated Sean Brady who hasn't faced anyone of notice. And a pumped up lightweight in Gilbert Burns. So that isn't good enough to demand a title shot. And Belal isn't the most entertaining fighter going around. He doesn't finish guys. He drags them into deep waters and drowns them. And the unbeaten streak that the UFC is promoting in order to sell the fight wouldn't have been there if it was not declared a no contest. And the champion Leon Edwards hasn't been the most active fighter in the UFC either. He has fought 4 times in the last 3 years. He has fought Kamaru Usman twice, a worn out Nate Diaz who wobbled him, and Colby Covington who loses to every top fighter he faces. Leon has faced the better competition, and his last 3 fights were against wrestlers. And Belal's strength is his wrestling. If Colby or Usman can't take Leon down, then Belal has an uphill task already. And on the feet, Edwards is a sniper. He's fast. He knocked Usman out with a head kick. And he almost knocked out Belal with that same kick the last time they fought. Since their last fight, Leon Edwards has only gotten better. Unless Belal can do something to surprise him on the feet, his chances of getting his hands raised are minimal. It's also the homecoming for Leon Edwards in Manchester, England, so he will have the support of the home fans towards him, and maybe that will motivate Leon to perform even better. Both guys are in great condition leading up to the fight. In the co-main event, it's the interim heavyweight champion of the world Tom Aspinall defending his belt against Curtis Razor Blades. It's a rematch as well because the last time they fought, Aspinall injured his knee in the opening minute and the fight got stopped. So for the first time, the interim title is getting defended. That's the sorry state of the heavyweight division right now. John Jones won the belt over a year back, got injured, and is now booked to fight Stipe at the end of the year. Tom Aspinall, who won the interim belt, can't seem to get a match with Jones. Jones has done everything in his power to weasel out of the Aspinall fight. So after literally getting tired of calling Jones out, he finally faces Curtis Blades, the man who beat him. Both are big dudes, and one punch from either guy can knock the other out. Tom Aspinall's fight ends up in knockouts and submissions. He's fast and extremely heavy handed. Usually his fights don't go past the first round. He knocked Sergey Pavlovich out, and the latter hasn't been the same since. Curtis Blades has had his ups and downs in the UFC. He has lost the fights which mattered the most. But this is his chance to get back in the mix. He's a good wrestler. May not be as fast as Tom, but he has nasty ground and pound. Aspinall usually has the edge over his opponents with his wrestling, but not in this case. And Blades isn't an easy guy to take down. Look what he did to Jalton Almeida when he tried to take him down. He knocked him out with his hammer fists. Stylistically, it's a tough match for Aspinall. He knew it in the first fight when he went for the leg kicks and injured his knee. So, if he can't take Blades down, he has to rely on his hands. And what happens if Curtis takes him down? How is Tom's takedown defense? It's unknown. There's a lot of variables in this fight. If the fight goes for a couple of rounds, it will be unknown territory for Tom Aspinall. He has everything to lose in this fight. The Jones fight would disappear forever if he loses to Blades. It's a chance at redemption for Curtis Blades as well. All this points to a cracking fight. Paddy the Baddy is also on the same card versus Bobby Green. Once again, it's Manchester and Paddy would have the whole crowd behind him. Bobby Green is a decent fighter who finished Jim Miller in his last fight. But he has miles on the clock, and Paddy has youth on his side. His last fight with Tony Ferguson was a one-sided beatdown, but he did get exhausted in that fight. Bobby Green also finished Tony Ferguson and is a better striker than Tony. And Paddy makes plenty of mistakes. Paddy is expected to win, but he can get caught if he lunges in carelessly. Bobby Green is a veteran, and it would be a good test for Paddy Pimblett to see where he's at in the pecking order. UFC 304 in England is bound to be a cracking event. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to the channel.